Yeah, about 12:30 this morning, our emergency operations center received a 911 call of a shooting that had just occurred in the 14,600 block of Park Hill, which is just west of Tyler. And deputies responded, and of course, while they were headed that way, they were getting updates about the situation. Deputies quickly arrived on location, and immediately one of the deputies began life-saving efforts on the victim, and the another deputy was able to take the shooter that we were told was the shooter at that time into custody and detained him, and they were able to locate the weapon to make sure that the scene was safe at that point. The paramedics from UT Health arrived on location a very short time later, and they took over the victim's care, and he died a short time later there at the house. The suspect was taken to the sheriff's office earlier this morning for questioning. Smith County detectives and the crime scene unit responded to the location and began their investigation there, as well as here with the suspect. The whole incident apparently stemmed over some sort of an argument between the father and the son. The son has now, the suspect has now been tentatively identified as Christopher Keith Tilley, and he is 43 years of age. I believe they all lived in the same residence there. He has since been charged with murder. The judge, the 114th State District Judge Reeve Jackson, reviewed the affidavit that was prepared by the investigating detective and issued a warrant for murder, and the bond was set at $750,000. The body of Mr. Dale Tilley was transported to Southwest Institute of Forensic Sciences in Dallas. Judge John Johnson, Precinct 5, Justice of the Peace, came on location. He performed the inquest and did order the autopsy.
Okay, and you said Christopher, he is now in Smith County Jail, and now what happens next?
Well, he's going to be in jail, and he's got a bond of $750,000. If he can make bond, then he can be released, but he will have an arraignment on those charges later.
Got it. All right. Anything else we need to know about this?
No, other than just a tragic incident that has occurred, and anytime that families get involved in disturbances and these sorts of things happen, it's even more tragic because of the closeness of everybody involved. So, just prayers for the family.
Right. In the house, actually, it was the father, the son, and that sister. Those three?
Well, we know that the sister called 911, and
we don't know if she was there.
And we know that she was there when she called 911. We do know that the victim's wife was there as well, and of course the victim and the suspect.
Okay, and witnesses were interviewed.
Yes, we made sure the interview. There's a thorough investigation. It's still working at this time.
Okay.
But we make sure to contact everybody involved, and the warrant was issued a little later in the morning after the detectives determined that this was in fact a murder, and enough probable cause to indicate that it doesn't appear to be any kind of self-defense issue.